Hello, everybody. Howard Jacobson here from Sick to Fit. Plant Yourself, Well Start Health, Well Start Coach. And today, I want to talk to you about the existential agony of the Roomba. Yes, the Roomba, those little frisbee-shaped vacuum cleaners, the robots that go all over your house, and they find all the dust in all the corners, and they bump into table legs and retreat, or maybe they're better now. Maybe they're like self-driving cars and they can sense the table leg and they stop before they bump into it. I've never owned one, and I've actually only seen one in operation once. But I remember thinking when they first came out, what a stupid idea. Right? I didn't realize the huge, when I was a kid, right, robots were cool. Robots were, Danger Will Robinson and R2-D2 and C-3PO and HAL from 2001 and Marvin, the paranoid android from Hitchhiker's Guide. They had personality, and they did cool stuff that humans couldn't do. So I got to admit, I was kind of disappointed when the first big robot that came along was a frigging vacuum cleaner. I could do a job. I could do better than that. But it turns out that people liked not having to do that and not having to think about it, and having a cute little frisbee running around underfoot picking up your garbage for you. This past weekend, I spent some time in a hotel room, and I did what I always do when I'm in a hotel room. Is I am a cultural anthropologist exploring strange new worlds, and by that, of course, I mean cable television. Or television at all, for that matter. So this LG television was one of those that had, a gazillion channels, and when you turned it on, it didn't default to any particular channel, but I guess it just was at the last channel played, which was number 573, something like that. And channel number 573, there was about a dozen religion channels, and I don't know, this was Saturday evening, so I guess that's a prime time for religion in the 570s at the Sarasota cable networks. And so I scrolled down. I wasn't particularly into having my soul saved at that particular moment. I just played 3 hard games of Ultimate Frisbee, and I just kind of wanted to chill out. I did not want to go out of the hotel room again. I had some food. One of our Well Start Health Big Change Program Sick to Fitters, Sue Boyles, came and visited me on the fields between games 2 and 3, so she can attest to what a mess I was. Hi, Sue, if you're watching. Thank you so much for the food. She brought me these gorgeous wraps with kale and chickpea and red pepper and hummus and all this stuff. And so I didn't have to go out. So I'm just sitting in the hotel room, figured out very quickly how to use the up and down channel buttons on the remote, which is always exciting for me when I can do something like that. And I was going down, and the first thing I hit that was not someone thundering from a pulpit was an infomercial for a new kind of vacuum cleaner robot. And this one, I believe it was called the Shark IQ. And it was a full-length, maybe 30-minute infomercial. And the people in it, every infomercial is like a Shakespearean play. In that, you have the setup and the conflict and the terrible stakes at the beginning. And the terrible stakes at the beginning were all these people had their vacuum cleaner robots, their I guess Roomba is the main brand. I don't know if, I'm sure there's other knockoff brands. But the terrible thing was that, the robot's not that big, but the house is. And so every day it would go and fill up with the stuff that you wanted it to fill up with. And the problem was it would get full. It would not be able to suck up any more dirt and pet dander and cigarette ash and God knows whatever else people are dropping on their floors. And people would have to go and open the thing and empty it out. And then it would be dusty and they'd have to clean the filter off. And nobody ever cleans the filter off. That sounds like a pain. And then they'd have to put it back in and put it back down and turn it on again. And then it would go on its merry way. And this was a source of great pain for many of the people, for all of the people on this infomercial. And they were just waiting for someone to save them from this onerous task of once a day cleaning their robot, their vacuum cleaner that does all the work so they don't have to do it. So enter the Shark IQ. It's got a docking station, and every time it docks, just before it gets full, it goes and it dumps all its garbage into the dock, and it gets its filter cleaned for it. And all you have to do now in maintenance is once a month, you pick up the handle of the dock and you press a button and everything just falls out, this big blocky lump into your garbage. And I thought, we're doomed. Right? But people were so happy, like this solved the biggest problem in their life. And I was talking to Josh today, just mentioning it to him, and he told me about a book he was reading. I believe it's by Anthony William. I haven't gotten the name yet. It's called The Liver Rescue. And I haven't read the book, so I can't comment on it or recommend it or not. But one of the things Josh said that I found really fascinating was that the author of this book talks about the liver, of course, as a filter, right? That's what it does. It filters toxins out of our system, out of our blood, and allows them to then go and be removed, neutralized, removed, so that we can keep functioning. So the liver is essentially a filter. And think about how we treat filters in our society. And in this case, the thing we want to do with our filter and our vacuum cleaner robot is as little as possible. We don't want to think about it. We want all that to be done without our conscious effort or control. I'll empty something once a month, but don't make me think about my filter every single day. Don't make me get dirty. Don't make me have to clean it. And Josh pointed out, I think from this book, that when the pump stops working, everybody gets interested in that. Right? Oh, the well pump isn't working. We're not getting any water. We have no pressure. When I flush the toilet, it doesn't fill up again. When I open the sink faucet, nothing comes out. That's an emergency. Let's go take care of that. Let's go spend $1,100 to get the burned out pump motor fixed. Right? Let's take care of our pumps. Let's take care of our motors. Let's take care of our lungs, our fans. When the fan stops in your air conditioning system, you all of a sudden the sound is gone, and you look outside and the fan has stopped because something's gotten in there and it's burned itself out, and there's nothing's turning, and your air is getting hot and stale. Now we're going to do something about that. Now we're going to call the train guy, and he's going to come out and charge us $3,500 to do a major overhaul. But we got filters too. Right? How many filters do you have in your house? We've got a filter for our whole house HVAC. We've got a filter for our underhouse dehumidifier. We've got products with filters. We've got a couple of vacuum cleaners. They have the little filter, then some of them have a bigger HEPA filter. And of course, they have the filtration, the bags that filter, and you have to empty those out. And how many of us actually pay attention to our filters? Clean them out, take care of them. Don't notice what we're putting in them. So the liver is this filter that we're ignoring, neglecting. We're not noticing what we're putting in it. And by the way, and part of this conversation with Josh, I hope I'm not stealing his thunder, was he was just on his way home from New Orleans, having to get a pump part replaced because the people who are the customers of his sewer company are putting all these flushable wipes in the toilet. They're not flushable wipes. They're cloth wipes. They're not flushable, but they're called flushable, and they are unfilterable by a lot of the submersible pump and motors that the sewer company uses, and so they're clogging and burning out the systems. And so one way to take care of our filters is to clean them regularly, but the other way to take care of our filters, especially our internal filters, is to not tax them to the point where they can no longer function. So Josh was saying, he always talks about eating for your heart. Now he's thinking, like, let's eat for your liver, because your liver is an early warning sign. Your liver will do everything possible to prevent things that are harmful to you from becoming harmful, from doing damage. It will do everything it can to protect you. The scarring, the cirrhosis are all evidence of battles fought and won, until at a certain point the liver gives up the ghost and can't go on living because it's taken too many bullets for the team. So, sick to fit. What does this have to do with sick to fit? I think a lot. And that our bodies are not Roombas. They are not shark IQs. They are living organisms, and they will take care of themselves. They will do the filtration cleaning. They will do the filtering, and they will take care of the filter as long as we provide them with the proper conditions under which to operate. But that means being aware of ourselves, of our entire body as a filter. And maybe that's the root cause of aging, is we are filters and we have a certain amount of usable, chemical reactions in us. Maybe aging is just the number of times we have to work hard to undo or prevent damage. It's like when I take my car to get an oil change and they put a little sticker at the top left of the dashboard, and it'll say next service in, either it'll have a date or number of miles. And I always wonder, like, if I don't drive at all, do I have to go back in that date, even though I haven't put any miles on? Or if I put the miles on well before that date, should I go first? Like, maybe time and mileage are kind of proxies for each other in our bodies. And that if we want to live strong, healthy lives, let's think of ourselves as filters. And we're not hidden away in some cavity in another appliance. We're not in a little crawl space that I have to, remember to go to twice a year to take out and hose down and put back in. It's not a have to kind of chore that we want to neglect as long as possible. We're the filter. You ever take out an old dirty filter and put in a new one? You know how good that feels? Like, ooh, I'm breathing clean air for a little while now. Or you ever go to a crappy hotel and you look up at the Broan Microtech fan in the bathroom and you see like dirt and hairballs like just hanging from it, and you go, I don't really want to breathe here. Maybe I'll just do this with my hoodie and just filter everything. Right. As sick to fitters, we have to think about filters. We have to bring them front of consciousness, and we get to be filters. And when we do that, when we take on our identity as a filter, as something that is not letting everything through, is discerning. We don't, our cells will discern, our liver can discern, but how much better to discern before we even put it in our mouths, before we even experience the thing, to know that certain things are toxic and we want to mitigate and minimize them as much as possible. So I think this is not exactly about behavior, but I think it's a very useful way of thinking about our bodies that can inform and inspire behavior. So let me know what you think. We're starting a new cohort of Well Start Health, possibly the last one of the year. Not entirely sure, but it's starting on November 11th, which is a week from today, on a Monday. And in case you're curious, but you don't want to commit, we're offering a 2-week free trial. So you try it out, get all of Well Start for 2 weeks, and then see if you think this would be a good fit for you, if it would be useful. James, thank you for commenting. I appreciate the kind words. So if you're interested in that, in checking out Well Start Health for the Monday, November 11th 12-week program, when you get 2 weeks, try before you buy, just go to wellstarthealth.com/program. You can read about it, scroll down. You can choose one of the payment options down at the bottom. We have a single pay or a 3-pay. And you have to put in all your stuff, credit card stuff, but we promise, we will not ding your card for 2 weeks till the 25th. And only if you tell us you want to continue. So you get a 2-week risk-free trial of Well Start Health. It includes one-on-one coaching call with me. It includes 2 live group coaching calls, 1 live group dietitian call, texting with coaches, daily instructional and inspirational videos with me and Josh and a couple other folks. And you get to try it completely risk-free for 2 weeks, wellstarthealth.com/program. Also, this week, the coach training gets underway. You have till Monday the 11th to sign up, so you can still, get everything you need and get all set. You will, if I don't know you at all, you'll need to have an enrollment interview to make sure it's a good fit. If I do know you and just like, hey, yeah, I'd like to do that, just drop me a line or go to wellstartcoach.com. Better drop me a line, hj@plantyourself.com, and we can talk about it. But if I don't know you, or if I don't know you well enough to be able to help you decide, then definitely sign up for that enrollment interview. It's $25, and it is applicable to your tuition if you decide to go through with the coach training. And if you decide not to, it's refundable. So there's no risk. It's just sort of earnest money to make sure that I'm just not having conversations with people who aren't thinking about this at least seriously. So I think that's all I got. If you got any questions, you can type them in comments either on Facebook or YouTube. Anything in particular you'd like me to talk about next time, or the time after that, or the time after that. I guess I got tomorrow. We've got Mergoddess Sarah Bofinger back for her regular Tuesday musings with the Mergoddess, and I think she's got some more stories from her quest to represent the United States in the 2020 Paralympic Games. So that's all I got for today. Thank you for watching. Wellstarthealth.com/program if you're interested in that. Wellstartcoach.com if you're interested in becoming a health coach. And also check out sick2fit.com/NOLA, NOLA, all lowercase, if you'd like to join me and Josh in New Orleans in March for a fun-filled retreat weekend health scavenger hunt in America's most decadent city. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.